For this tutorial, I would like to show you how to make a very simple, very cozy V-neck sweater using a 5mm hook and these two yarns. So it's going to be with a large ribbed collar. So this is going to be the body, and I'm going to use this blue for the ribbed collar. I'm also going to do ribbed cuffs and a ribbed hem. So yeah. These are the closest colours I could find, you know, from what I had to the ones that I wanted to get, but I still can't go out and get anything, so I'm just using what I got, which is fine. But I love these colours anyway, so it's fine. Alright, so using those, just quick updates. So there's another granny circle dress. I love this design, so probably going to be making a few of them for this summer just to wear out. Yeah. Also, this is a new bolero that I've come up with. So this is going to be a future tutorial, probably in the next one. I don't know, maybe the one after that. This is a lot simpler than the last one I made. So a lot simpler, a lot faster to make, a lot more fun. Yes. So that. Aside from that, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed but you would like to join me for some more tutorials, please subscribe. I would love to have you join me. I'm going to be linking my Patreon in the description below. So if you'd like to help me out with my channel, that would be amazing. I would love that. And a big thank you to my patrons. Thank you for your support, and I appreciate you, and I love you very much. Okay, so I don't think there's much else that I need to say for now. We should just get straight into making the sweater. Alright, now to begin, we're going to find the end of the yarn that we're going to use, and we're going to start by making a slip knot. So to make a slip knot, simple slip knot is just like that. Then we adjust our knot to our hook, like that, and we're going to make a chain of 41. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make a chain of 41. Okay, and here is my chain of 41. Now, what we do is skipping that first chain from the hook. So, focusing the camera, and that first chain just there we're going to skip, and we're going to double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So yarn over, insert hook into the second chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 for a double crochet into the second chain along. Now, because this is the first part of the first shoulder section and also the increase for the V, but we won't really get to that till the next row. What we're going to do from here is we're going to chain 2 and then put another double crochet into that same chain. So into that same chain just there, another double crochet, just like that. And then this is acting as the first of the 10 foundation chains for the beginning of the shoulder section. Because what we've got is we've got 40 chains to work with for our foundation. So that is 10 for each shoulder and 20 for the back. And then we obviously increase for the V at the front as we go along with each row. So this is the first of the 10 for the beginning. And then what we do is we put 9 single double crochets in to the next 9 chains. So I'll meet back up with you when you've done that. So that's the first, is that one just there. Then put in 9 more double crochets along. Okay, so here I am on that final double crochet, and here we are still increasing for that shoulder section. So we chain 2 and put another double crochet into that same chain. And there we go. And there's the completed increase, or the first completed increase for that shoulder section. Now what we do is we've just put a single double crochet into the next 20 chains. Okay, so that's those 20 double crochets complete. Now moving on to the next shoulder and the beginning of the next increase section. So that's a double crochet into the next chain along. So double crochet, next chain along, followed by a chain 2, and then another double crochet into that same chain. There we go, another double crochet. Then putting a single double crochet into the next 9 chains, and when we get to the final one we'll be doing another increase, so it will be a chain 2 and then another double crochet into the same chain at the end. So I'll meet back up with you then and I will show you where to go from there. And here I am on that final and 9th chain, and then we chain 2 and double crochet into the same chain at the end, just like that. And there's that next increase shoulder section. Now from here what we do is we chain up 1 and we turn the work, and what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 double crochet into the first stitch, so 1 double crochet just like that, followed by a double crochet into the center of that chain space. So put a double crochet into the center of that chain space for the increase, then chain 2 and put another double crochet into the center of that chain space, and that's how we do increases. The increases for the shoulders. So moving on to the next stitch, just put a double crochet and double crochet all the way up to the next chain space. Alright, and here we are at the next chain space along, so we double crochet into the center of that chain space, followed by a chain 2 and another double crochet into the chain space. So it's just like this for all the increases, and I'll meet back up with you at the end. So right the way around, doing that same thing for all the increases, and make sure to get your last stitch into that very last stitch at the end just there. Might be a little tricky, but I trust you. I have faith in you. Alright, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, now here I am at the end of that row, and I've done my last increase section for this row. I'm going to put my last stitch into that final stitch on the end. So it might be a little tricky, but the way to tell where you need to put your stitch is that the V that you need to put it into falls to the left of the stitch that you're working with. So just there, and then it's a chain 1, remember, so just like that. And that's the last one. Now from here we chain up 1 and turn, and now we're going to begin work on increasing the V as well as all the other increases. So what we do is we put a single double crochet into the first stitch, but for the second stitch along we're going to be putting 2 double crochets. So there's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets into the second stitch along. Then we do our increase section, so 1 and chain 2 followed by another one into the increase section. Work along all your stitches and increase sections till the end, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. Alright, now here I am at the last increase section, and I've completed that increase section. Now because we've got 2 stitches to work with at the end here, and we're starting on the V, we put 2 double crochets into the second last stitch, so 1 and 2, and then 1 double crochet into that last stitch at the end. So there's the V for the last stitch, just go in beneath that V. Let's have a look there, just like that, in through there, double crochet. And just like that. So that's how we're increasing for the V, as well as the other increases that we're doing along the rest of it. For each second and second last stitch of every row, we're going to be putting 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So naturally from there we chain up 1 and turn the work. 1 double crochet into the first stitch and 2 into the next till you get to 2 into the next, sorry, getting ahead of myself, and then 1 single double crochet into each stitch till you get to the increase section, and here we are, and then double crochet into the increase section, chain 2 and another double crochet into the increase section. So yes, 2 double crochets into every second and every second last stitch while doing the increases for the shoulder sections as well. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be increasing the shoulder sections until the front and back parts of those increased sections fit comfortably beneath the arms. So what I suggest is you try it on as you go, just to see when that moment will be. So what you'll be doing is, if you join the increased sections before you finish the V, you'll need to remember how many stitches there were at the back at that point, so that you can do the same amount of stitches for the front, like complete the V with the same amount of stitches. But we'll get to that. Anyway, so yeah, just continue on, double crochets, increasing for the increased sections and increasing for the V, and we'll meet back up when the increased sections fit comfortably beneath our arms, and we'll talk about how to join the increased sections. Alright, now that I've reached a stage where the back stitch count, which is 44, matches up with the two front parts of the V, so there's 22 on each side, so 44, and there'll be 80 stitches around for the body. What we're going to do is, and I'm not ready yet to join the underarm seams because it doesn't fit comfortably beneath my arms yet. I think in another couple of rounds that'll be the case, but not yet. So first we're going to work on joining the V. So simply to do that, we just find where we're up to, take the other end and join with a slip stitch. So joining it to that last stitch on the end just there. So slip stitch is yarn over, pull through, and pull through to slip stitch, just like that. And now that we've joined, we are going to continue in rounds to increase still increasing the increased sections for the shoulders. So what we do is we chain up 2 and we turn the work. And the reason I turn the work is because it stops the seam from drifting to the side, and also it maintains the continuity of the pattern of the garment, so it's a back forth type pattern. Otherwise it can just, I don't know, not look the same. Anyway, regardless, it maintains the continuity of the pattern. So what we do now is, working back in the other direction obviously, we don't put our first stitch beneath that chain of 2. So we don't put our first stitch in there, we go into the next one along. So double crochets, and then we are double crocheting up to the increase section where we do our increase. And the reason we don't put a double crochet into the stitch right beneath the chain 2 is because we're using the slip stitch at the end, so that very last stitch just there, as a stitch. So that's why. So that's what we're going to do. So you'll be putting your last stitch into there, and then you'll be slip stitching into the top of the chain 2 to close the round, chain up 2, turn the work, do another round. Once I've increased my increase sections to where they fit comfortably beneath my arms, we're going to meet back up and talk about joining those. Okay, see you soon. Alright, now that we've reached a point where the increased sections fit comfortably beneath our arms, we're going to chain up 2 and turn the work, and we're basically starting another round again, but we're just joining the increased sections. So put in a double crochet all the way up until the first chain space. Alright, and here I am at the first increase section. Now all we do is we take the corresponding back increase section and we line it up with this front one so that those holes match up together, just like that. Like that. And then we just put a double crochet through both of them at the same time. So just like that, double crochet through both parts at the same time. And then turning to the back, we're bypassing the arm for the moment, so we're not going to work on the arm yet. We're just going to work on growing the body a little bit until it reaches a length that we're happy with. And remember, we're putting on a hem, so I don't think I want this one to be too long. So moving straight into the back stitches. I don't think I want the body to be too long because I'm doing a hem and I think I want it to be a little bit midrifty. So work on that and do this all the way until you get to the next increase section, and then line that back increase section up with the corresponding front increase section, and then work one double crochet between both of those chain spaces at the same time, and then move straight onto the front. Work all the way till the end, slip stitch into the top of the chain 2, turn the work, and then just do rounds of double crochets to grow the length of the body till it's what you want it to be. And then I'll meet back up with you and we'll talk about how to do the arms. Alright, now to begin work on the sleeves, we're going to go back to one of the increased sections where we joined to work on the body, and turning to the sleeve part now, and also making sure that back part of the stitch is facing you rather than the braided side, just so that you maintain the back and forth continuity of the pattern. You're going to take a fresh piece of yarn and making a slip knot. You're going to put your hook back through those 2 increased sections, so just back through there, and adjusting the knot to the hook. So don't adjust it too tight because you want it to wrap around those 2 increased sections. So just like that, pull it through, and straight from there, chain 2. So straight from that, chain up 2. 1 and 2. And then just moving straight on to the next stitch along on the sleeve. Work a double crochet into that stitch and then continue around, working a double crochet into every stitch around till you get to the end where you will slip stitch into the chain 2, chain up another 2 and turn the work, and continue back around the other way with double crochets into every stitch till you get to the end where you will slip stitch into the chain 2 and chain up another 2, and just continue in that fashion until you've grown the sleeve to a length that you're happy with. For me, I'm doing 32 rounds because I want there to be, I want to still have enough room left to do the cuff, so I don't want to make it too long. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Alright, I will meet you back up, or I'll meet back up with you when we've done our sleeves, and then we'll work on the collar.